Hey YouTube, RicoKnows here. Going to talk to you guys about the latest news at Boise State. It looks like Boise State has hired a new offensive coordinator. Shout out to Dirk Koetter. If you guys don't know Dirk Koetter, in the late 90s, he was the head coach at Boise State. He led them to back-to-back bowl games. And this was a time when Boise wasn't a household name. When Boise wasn't known, they were just kind of laughed at for being in the upper Northwest and having blue turf. And people used to tell us stories about, they were dive bombing onto the field. If you guys don't know, birds flying south for the winter would look down, see the blue field, and dive bomb into it like they thought it was a lake, and they would die. But I had a high school teammate, shout out to Mike McLeod. He was a starting center at Boise. He actually went there. I believe he signed in the 2000 class or the 99 class. And he was my starting center. And he went to Boise State to be the center for 4 years. So Dirk Koetter was actually his recruiter. Shout out to him. But Dirk ended up parlaying his position while he was at Boise, and he was so good. And what he was doing, he got poached. He got tampered with. He got stolen. And Arizona State hired him. And he ended up coaching at Arizona State for about 6 years. This is a man with immense amount of NFL experience. He went on to become the offensive coordinator at the Jacksonville Jaguars for a while, and he was a head coach for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yes, not everything goes well. It's hard to win at the highest echelon. But one thing is true. This man has been around offensive schemes for a long time. He is an NFL mind. He does know how to succeed on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, he struggles from time to time. But in 2022, he replaced Andy Avalos for calling plays for Boise State. And that's how they won a damn bowl game. They ended up winning 8 of their last 10 games because of him. Okay, so he knows what he's doing on the offensive side of the ball. He proved it. And now he's going to go replace Bush Hamdan and be the offensive coordinator for Boise State. I think this is great news for Boise fans. You guys should believe in this man. Shout out to having an old head coach come back and still have relationships with the university and just understanding that that's a job he likes and wants. He probably likes Boise. Not a lot of people want to live in Boise, Idaho. Let me be real. I went and did 2 weeks in Boise, Idaho. I lived in a hotel at the time. I was on something called a mobile training team, MTTs. I would travel around and do combative symposiums. I would go around and fight and put on displays for people. And I remember we went to Boise to do a show, and I just thought, there ain't shit out here. So I know it's hard to get people to go to Boise. Dirk Koetter's there. There's no problem there. Now, careful with that Bush Hamdan move. Bush Hamdan going to Kentucky. I'm not sold on that move all the way around. I think Boise State's offense was so great because Gentry's a hell of a running back. And because they have some amazing players that can dominate the Mountain West. So that's why you see the offense the way it is. It's not necessarily the scheme that I was impressed with. So Hamdan going to Kentucky doesn't really move me. I mean, it's the hookup of all hookups. Congratulations. But I just hope he doesn't take a bunch of players with him. They can't play at that echelon, or at least I hope he doesn't take the star players with him, because that's just bad. But shout out to Boise for hiring a coach that wants to be there, that was previously on their staff, and you're not poaching and taking and tampering with other coaching staffs. People always get mad at me. Rico, what are you saying? Why are you saying these coaches are tampering with one another? Because, man, where are you going to hire somebody from? That's what somebody wrote in the comments. Where do you expect them to hire from? Hire somebody unemployed. Hire one of these analysts. Hire somebody from a Group of 5 team before you go and get somebody from another Power 5 team. And you know I'm talking about Georgia. Georgia going and sign all those assistants that they stole from South Carolina. They stole from Georgia Tech. That's not cool, man. I don't like it. These men are under contract. You're going to buy them out and then take them? Cool. Do what you do. But shout out to Boise. I admire you guys. Congratulations. Your friends don't know, but Rico knows.